Jesus, you know just how far the east is from the west. I don't have to see the man I've been rising up in me again. In the arms of your mercy I find rest.
About 7 years into the marriage, one weekend Felix said he was on his way home and for dinner, and we had made plans. It was a Friday night, and it was 72 hours later that I found out that he had disappeared. He had spiraled down back to his drug addiction that he currently had over in Puerto Rico, but kind of hid it or thought it was gone. And it was every year after that same weekend, ironically, that he would disappear for 72 hours. And he's recovering addict from cocaine, and it was just consistent every year since our 7th year that he started back on his addiction. And it was very tough for our family, financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, you name it. It was very tough on our marriage, our family, our kids. I was drained. I had no family up in Chicago, and I decided that it was time for me to move closer to home due to my career, Charlotte being the mortgage capital of the South. And I had my daughter, my grandson here, my mom only 3 hours north of here. And I needed to get the kids out of the environment that we were experiencing and try to start fresh, try to regroup and see where God was going to lead us.
As far as the 7 years, when I was clean for 7 years, I was doing it without God. So I thought I had it under control. I thought I can go ahead and do what I can do, but didn't have any, not that I didn't have any faith, just didn't have God in my life. So I went off for lunch and ended up a whole weekend. The next time that Sonja and the kids heard from me, I was in the hospital with 11 stab wounds. Now, 11 stab wounds was not my rock bottom. My rock bottom was losing my family, my wife and my kids. It got to a point that I realized that I could not fix this marriage. I had to leave this marriage in God's hands. I had to. But at the same time God was working on me, God was also working on her on the other end, here, all the way here in Gastonia, North Carolina, and I was all the way over there in Crystal Lake, Illinois. And God has wide hands. God covers the earth from one scarred hand to the other, like it says in the song East to West, And one day I just woke up and fell to my knees, and I told God, I said, fine, you got it. If it's for me to have my family back, it's your will. And I threw up my hands. But come to think, at the same time, she said the same prayer, that God would bring me to my knees. Not in a vengeful way, but to bring me down to my knees and just pray and just leave it to him. But God worked in both of our lives. And as you see, we're back here together.
I started divorce care, even though I wasn't divorced, I was separated, but it is for both. Through the power of forgiveness that week, I was made, through God, to call my husband, who I had not spoken to in quite a few months. And, I had to pray about it several days, but I did call him and I said, I forgive you. I have to forgive you because that's, Christ forgave me, and I definitely have never been perfect. And it was that time that I felt just such a healing over me. It didn't mean that we were reconciling, and that's something I need to point out, is forgiving doesn't mean you have to continue with that person. You don't have to take that person back, but it does give you a sense of relief. It does give a sense of healing, and it was that point that I forgave him, and we were able to start communicating about the kids, about, just things a separated couple does.
Our miracle is God. That God fixed this marriage. My name is Felix. Her name is Sonja. Our middle name is Hope. So just think that there is hope for you if you rely on God.
You know just how far the east is from the west. One scarred hand to the other.